All right, here we go. We're kicking things off with another match here in the World Team League. Spawning down in the bottom right, it is ReWhite for the Starlight team, Starlight Twinkle. And his opponent, the darling. Well, I would say the darling of the World Team League. For the Shopify Rebellion, it is ByuN. ByuN, both the darling of many players and many fans of the game, and Shopify Rebellion, the darling of, the World Team League. They've had themselves a phenomenal few seasons where you look at their team and you look at their matchups and you're like, okay, they should do well, but they shouldn't be a contender to win the league. But they have been every single season, and it's been amazing. It's been awesome to see. By the way, cute little move from ByuN, locks the probe inside of his base. Says, nuh-uh, you're not getting out of here. You want to see that I've got double gas? Okay, you're going to pay for it with a probe or at least a recall. Now, we got to be honest about this one. On paper, this is going to be... Well, this is about as one-sided as matchups can get in the World Team League. The only thing might be like Maru. Actually, we could have a few more of those because we got Cyril and Raynor in the league now. Although Raynor was in there before, but Cyril is a new addition. Still, I feel like Maru could be up there with creating one of the more one-sided matches. But this is up there. Now, ReWhite has some experience in this World Team League. He's played in it before. But the fact is he's just not on the level of player like ByuN. The players that Starlight Twinkle is going to be relying on are their two off-season acquisitions that are coming up later in this match that are going to be Spirt and Cham. Now, maybe ReWhite can find his footing against a few players that are maybe not as highly ranked, but winning a match against a player like ByuN would be the pinnacle of achievement. And if he were to be able to do so, that would be something to get very excited about. And that would really, and if he somehow did it today, that would actually give them a pretty good chance against, on paper, a far superior Shopify Rebellion. And in terms of matchups, this is probably some of the better matchups that Starlight Twinkle could have gotten. Not having ByuN go up against Cham, and specifically having Cham go up against Scarlett, who Cham was able to knock out of IEM Katowice. But at the same time, if I know Scarlett, she's going to want revenge. And if I know the Shopify Rebellion, they're going to have come in very prepared for this match. And that's been the key to their success, has been the massive preparation that they bring every single week. And a lot of that comes from Lambo, with Harstom also joining the fray. They have, honestly, Shopify Rebellion has some huge Gigabrain players. By the way, we are seeing a little bit of a fight breaking out. Will be a Reaper for an Adept, which is going to be, that's a good trade for ByuN. He'll take that. I believe it's going to be a Widowmine drop from ByuN versus what looks like, well, it is going to be a 2-gate Robo opener. Could go into 4-gate Blink for ReWhite. There is that Widowmine drop showing on up. Ooh, drawing the Stalkers out to the front is good for ByuN here. Oh, Stalker on patrol. Oh, this Widowmine drop. Let's see how quickly he responds. Pretty quick. Okay, that's good. Ooh, get the Stalker out of there. No, don't lose it. Well, that's already good for ByuN. Widowmine for a Stalker is a great trade, especially when you pair it with the lost mining time that ReWhite suffered. Already a good start. Ooh, we are going to see... Oh, a couple of probes getting picked off in the natural, and the Widowmine in the main! Wow. ReWhite got away with one, and the thing is, he really didn't. Because he's going to lose 2 more probes at the natural. Oh, does he lose that last one? No, it just barely gets saved. Looks like it regenerated just enough shields to survive that Hellion shot. Still, 7 probes, a good amount of lost mining time, and a Stalker going down to the main base. That is a successful start for ByuN. Absolutely. Behind this, we do have the 3rd Nexus on the way for ReWhite. But we've also got a Colossus. We've also got a Raven already out on the field. Now, ByuN is going to use that for a little bit of harass. The The thing is, like, this is just... ByuN is comfortable playing a game where he gets no damage against players that are even with his skill level. This is a game where he's already gotten pretty good damage against a player that on paper he is a fair bit better than. Let's see if ReWhite, though, can make some plays happen. Ooh, as I say that, we already see one stalker going down on his side of the map. ByuN just distracting a little bit with this Raven while he moves out. And the thing is, this isn't even really a real move out. Like, it's enough army to actually threaten ReWhite, but it is more so than anything. It's just a very light pressure while he gets geared up for his Stim combat shields +1 timing. And I mean, with 2 siege tanks here, he scans, he sees there's only 1 Colossus and just a couple of stalkers. This is not a comfy position here for ReWhite. Oh, and that Colossus getting very low on HP. Oh, okay, will get out of range. Able to regenerate a little bit of shields. This is actually not going bad for the... Well, no, never mind. 8 probes went down during all this. The fight itself didn't go that bad. Ooh, but now this 3rd tank shows up and really pinches off this 3rd base. Battery overcharge going to get popped at the 3rd. And the Colossus gets blown away immediately. It was just a light pressure, but it's going to win the game anyways. ByuN, it's 38 army supply to, after a small warp-in, 5. 5 army supply. This is... I really have to reiterate, this was not meant to end the game. This was meant to just be... maybe try and hold the position while Stim and +1 finished up. Now, I will say ByuN looks like he forgot his combat shields, which is a small misstep. But you can forgive that because he won the game. ReWhite does manage to get that 1 siege tank down, but he is still dead. And ByuN takes a comfortable Game 1 victory. And here we go for Game 2. Spawning up at the top left, it is ReWhite for Starlight Twinkle. And his opponent, the micro god himself from the Shopify Rebellion, it's ByuN. Yeah, he's having himself a nice start. Very nice start here. To be expected. But still, maybe not expected to win that handily. Very uncommon to win that quickly. Now, yeah, at this point, I think it's fair to say that it's probably going to be a bit of a pipe dream for Starlight Twinkle to expect that they were going to be able to win this match off the back of ReWhite. But that's the thing. They've got big players coming up next. Spirt, who has been absolutely killing it recently and is going up against Lambo. That's going to be a hotly contested match. And then, like I said, Scarlett versus Cham. So it is entirely possible that even with an 0-2 loss to ByuN, it's totally possible that Starlight Twinkle could still 4-2 this match. That is not likely. I'm not going to say that that's a likely scenario because I think Scarlett is slightly favored versus Cham, and I think Lambo versus Spirt, at worst, you would say is probably pretty close to even. But so yeah, so the likelihood that they both get 2-0'd is, it seems long. It seems like long odds, but it is possible. It is very possible. Now, once again, for this game, we are going to be seeing a double gas opener here from ByuN, which is the safest thing you can really do in this matchup, and it allows you to put on some aggression early on. Get up to that double Reaper Hellion, or potentially open up with... You're basically just opening up with early extra units that you're going to be able to pressure your opponent with, and if they don't respond correctly, you can find some value, and then against anything like a proxy play, you're going to be just much better set up. So it makes sense that ByuN would go for this against an opponent that he knows that he is going to be favored against on paper. And I think he actually skipped SCV scouting in both games. Oh, Reapers are getting separated up a little bit by the pathing, but it will not matter in the slightest as they're just going to join up again. Twilight Council once again, as we have the World Team League highlighting their sponsors there. Good micro on the probe so far from ReWhite, keeping them safe. Oh, but ByuN gonna slip in with the Hellion here at the main ramp. And also able to grab a couple of probes in the natural. Oh man, he's getting a lot done actually. Gets 4, he's gonna get 5 worker kills and save one of the Reapers. Oh, that's big damage. Actually, will he save this Reaper? Ooh, he could have got... Oh my goodness, he regenerates just enough HP. 1 HP, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's so tilting. That's so tilting. Oh, that's worse than if he didn't get the shot off. God, that feels bad. And now ByuN, once again, going for a Widowmine drop. Yep. ReWhite, what is he going for here? Looks like it's just more of the same from him. Twilight Council, Robo, second Gateway. ByuN will be able to... I think he already got a scout in the main base with the Hellion, but he definitely gets a scout here. Ooh, Widowmine drop, gonna come on in once again, gonna... Oh, cutting into the natural mineral line and then decides instead to go into the main. Oh, he wants that Stalker. He's gonna be able to zone out the Stalkers from the main. ReWhite. Oh, okay, no, he's good. Is he? Nice unburrow right there from ByuN, and he's gonna be able to switch targets on the Widowmine. Blink does dodge the mine shot, so that's good. ReWhite, able to be clearing up the first mine. The thing is, ByuN still keeps the mine alive and the medevac, so he's going to be able to continue to threaten with that, force ReWhite to keep Stalkers in position. This is still advantage ByuN, and ReWhite actually getting supply blocked at 62, and it's a rough block. He just started the depot moments ago. This is... Yeah, this is looking uncomfortable for the Protoss player. Oh, and a nice scan from ByuN, finds the Observer. ByuN with excellent eyes when it comes to spotting those. Yeah, ReWhite, I mean, the thing is, he's a good player. It's just when you go up against a player like ByuN, you need to be more than a good player. You need to be an elite player to stand a chance. But he's doing his best. He's doing his best. That's all we can ask for. He does have that blur effect going on in the camera, so he could be anyone. We don't even know. Could have been kidnapped. We don't even know. Obviously, that didn't happen. ByuN this time, his combat shields is much more, much better timed. Oh, ByuN will be able to escape on out with the medevac in the main base. That's kind of nice. Just means that ReWhite will have to look from different angles. And during all this, ByuN uses the distractions he's inflicted upon his opponent to move out across the map. Ooh, he's going to try and draw his opponent back into the siege tank fire, but ReWhite doesn't fall for it. He knows there are 3 tanks there, and he knows that ByuN is good at that kind of thing. And he won't just leave his units kind of sitting there. So good job on the spot. Or I guess recognition even of what his opponent's doing. ReWhite, though, not able to pick away at any of the units moving across the map. That's kind of a necessity. Bit of a necessity to do that. ByuN? Yeah, he's going to get into a pretty decent position on this left side. Ooh, ReWhite, in fact, a little out of position. That will allow ByuN to get... well, he gets the pylon. No, okay, doesn't get the pylon, but he does force out the battery overcharge to save said pylon. And that's probably a lot earlier than ReWhite wanted to do that. Ooh, interference matrix from the back. Will grab that, and the pylon did go down, which means the shield battery is out of commission as well. Now, ByuN is getting this Nexus extremely low. The Protoss player going to try and challenge, but there was another interference matrix available, which means one of the Colossus will be switched off. However, ByuN taking a lot of fire from the Colossus. This is going better for the Protoss than I expected. Ooh, but there is a drop in the main base. And ByuN is finding a lot of damage with this. Colossus will step forward, but one of them going to get blown away. Second one, wandering back into fire. No, don't lose it. Okay. He almost lost that second Colossus for absolutely no reason. Still, ByuN, he's going to kill this Nexus, I think. The recall will go off. Oh, ByuN. Oh, and he gets the Colossus, too. He gets the Nexus and the Colossus, and those 2 extra tank shots that the Colossus ate. Might have even been 3 extra tank shots. Really hurting a lot. Behind this, ByuN is now ahead 8 workers and has found significant damage. The Raven even survived. And obviously, ReWhite is not rich enough to transition into anything outside of Colossi. So that Raven being able to interference matrix for the next push is going to be bad times for the Protoss. ByuN even spots the Observer with that Raven. He has to double stim for it, but that's fine. He still gets it. A little unfortunate for the Protoss player in a game of already unfortunate scenarios. Now, we do have a Twilight Council coming on, or Templar Archives coming on in for the Protoss player. ByuN already firing up the +2 weapons, Ghost Academy, and his 4th Nexus. And I mean, he's getting ready for the next phase of the game, but he might win in this one. Ooh, scan comes down, does see the Protoss army. There is a lot of charge lots here. Okay, at the very least, yeah. ByuN says, I don't need to fight you here. You don't have a 4th base. Why would I attack? So just a mature decision from ByuN. Once again, while he is advancing his position, he's got the 3 ghosts on the way now. He's about to have +1 armor. 4th command center, like I said, is going to be landing pretty soon. And one of the ways that you can let a Protoss player back into a game and even lose that game is attacking when you just don't need to. Fundamentally, you just, yeah, not necessary. Ooh, nice job from ByuN with a spotter depot there and a spotter Marines. Finds like 20 Zealots on the top side. ReWhite trying to get some counter damage done. He has cut at 54 probes, which is a good way to try and draw your opponent in. And, you know, you just focus on army entirely. The problem is, ByuN just didn't attack. So now the Protoss player is in an even worse position. He obviously needed to be building those units. Okay, actually, he's going for it here. ByuN does have an interference matrix available. There's a lot of Zealots, but yeah, with the Viking fire, the just huge amount of bio and the upgrade advantage, ByuN will easily jam this back. +2 weapons about to complete as well. ByuN's got to be a little bit careful about chasing into too tight of a choke with those Colossi there. But I mean, the army supplies, they tell a grim tale for the Protoss. ReWhite has to win here. He's down 26 workers at this point. Now Colossi do pack a punch. There's no doubt of that. But oh no, not a move command, not like this. Oh no, and he loses the War Prism as he picks up a Colossus. Yeah, okay, there's absolutely no chance. That's going to be GG getting called any moment. We got a lot of Zealots on the top right. That's good. For them, I guess. But yeah, it's not going to be enough. ByuN, he's even got a Planetary Fortress fully saturated at that 4th base. Ooh, Disruptor Shot. Okay, well, that is the kind of thing you need to try and get back in a game. And now, all of a sudden, it's only a 10 army supply difference. However, once again, it's 2-1-1, soon to be 2-2-1 in favor of ByuN, and he's up more than 20 workers. And he finds these Zealots on the top side, all of which should go down. Yeah, last Zealot is not going to escape on out. If those disruptors happen like 3 more times, ByuN's in some trouble. But I think he's going to be extra on alert for that now. Still, nice shot from ReWhite. We've also got a big Liberator transition coming on in from ByuN. Obviously, he's not going to take his foot off the gas pedal. He is still going to take this match seriously because this is an important match for the Shopify Rebellion. Every map matters. Oh, ByuN going to get the huge flank right here. Targets down both disruptors. We will see an attempted blink away coming in from ReWhite. But, nah, he's going to lose too much here. ByuN. Okay, ByuN backing away a little bit. Wary of the disruptors of his opponent. But I think he can just scan and click down any number. Zealots on the top right. Well, they're going to run into a bad time. Oh, and he knows he can target down the disruptor. Takes it out. Balls of steel from ByuN. And ReWhite. I mean, he does take down one of the Liberators, but he's been fighting a losing war for really since he lost that main Nexus. And, okay, those are some big disruptor shots. He's not doing the best job at avoiding those. But he's pretty much out of reach in this game at this point. Yeah, it's a 100 supply lead, and there it is. ByuN will close it out, put Shopify up 2-0. And here we go. This is the match I've been waiting for. Spawning down in the bottom right for Starlight Twinkle, it is Spirit. And his opponent, spawning up at the top left for the Shopify Rebellion, it is Lambo. Can he go Rambo? He's gonna try. Spirit has been absolutely killing it recently. He's had some great results in the ESL Open Cup EUs, taking down players like Rainer before IEM Katowice, taking down Hero Marine multiple times. He qualified to the next stage of the Gamers Without Borders tournament. Yeah, he's looking pretty outstanding. I'm very excited to see what he can do. Lambo, he is a player that really flourishes in these preparation type situations. Now, if we look at how things have started up here, this is not the best situation for Lambo on paper. He has gone pool first against an opponent that is going command center first. And unless he's going to put on some pressure with this, which I don't think he is, that's not really his style, he's just going to be behind. This is a significant build order disadvantage. Command center first is going to put Spirit into an excellent economic position, and Lambo has chosen a build that is just a little bit less economic than the standard 16 hatch. That's not to say he can't recover. Absolutely he can. But on paper, this is a very good matchup for Spirit. Now, Spirit is a player that I think goes command center first maybe a little bit too frequently. So one of these days, he is going to get punished for it, I feel. But it's not this day. It's not today. Lambo, of course, just going quick third hatch. That could be the other thing, is that Lambo just wants to be able to take the third hatchery that he wants to take. And that's something this pool first can enable. So that could just be what he was thinking. Ooh, very quick roach warning from Lambo. Okay, so he is going to be putting on some pressure. And maybe not just pressure. This could be a dedicated all-in, because he does not have link speed on the way. Well, actually, not being link speed means it's less likely to be a pressure, but it does mean he's probably going to be building a lot of roaches. Oh, this is very nice for Spirit. Finding these two lanes, Lambo with some nice micro of his own, splits away that one Zergling, and that will allow him to deke the Reaper with the other one. That's actually pretty great, because this is going to occupy that Reaper while Lambo builds his roaches and moves them across the map. I think this is going to be like 9 roaches, by the way. This is a lot of gas he's got banked up. He's got 6 roaches for now. Looks like we're seeing 2 more barracks out of Spirit. So I think that means he skipped Starport. That is... Oh, on paper, that is really bad for Spirit. He will not have a Banshee out to defend against this. He will be able to get some barracks. Okay, Spirit does see this coming. He's got to start up multiple bunkers. He's going to actually evacuate the low ground right away, which is a good decision because the roaches are early. This is very early in the game. Lambo is already droning out of this, so it is just going to be a pressure. I didn't catch exactly how many roaches were built. Spirit mining from his natural for as long as possible, but he's got to pull away like now so that the roaches can't block his retreat. Oh, actually, is this too late? Nope. The grenade is going to cover. Nice job. Nice job from Spirit. Lambo, though, immediately going after this depot. This is only 4 roaches and 2 Ravagers. This is not a lot of a commitment, which means that, oh, Spirit on the other side of the map. The drones, nice splits from Lambo. Still going to lose 3 drones right there already. Corrosive Biles trying to get this one supply depot very low. A lot of drones going down. Nice surround from Lambo. Still 5 drones going down in this situation is amazing damage for Spirit. Oh, and he actually does pop out a couple Marauders to try and fight this. Oh, is this too early? No, with the 3rd Marauder, this should be... Wait, hang on. Will it be enough? No, it won't. Okay. So, yeah, Spirit tried to break this too early. And it actually costs him a lot more units than it probably should have. He will break out, but if he had just waited a little bit longer, he would have crushed that instead of trading. And with Lambo being able to trade, that makes it a nicer situation for the German Zerg. I still think this is an advantage for Spirit on paper, but it's not horrendous. The reason I think it's an advantage is that, well, I suppose Lambo doesn't have to deal with Banshees, so he doesn't have to build any spores or anything. And Spirit doesn't have his engineering base. Yeah, no, I think that this is actually pretty even. Lambo is droning pretty hard. There we go. There's the double Evo and double NG Bay coming down at the exact same time. So yeah, actually this might even still put Lambo a little bit ahead. It will depend on what this first drop does. Oh, and it is going to drop right in on top of the couple of Ravagers. That's very good for Spirit. Lambo not prepared for this at the outset, and he loses a 3rd Ravager as well. Lambo, good target fire on the medevac. Will take down the first one, but now the Queens are in some trouble. One of them does go down. Spirit, though, did he miss SCV production during all this? I feel like he must have. So his SCV count didn't go up that much. Oh, wow. That Marauder looked like it could not reach the medevac, but managed to somehow get in. Behind this, they both start up their 1-1. Very similarly timed. Lambo, no ling speed whatsoever. Oh, but he's supply blocked at 106. That's painful. That is pretty painful. Now, he will get unblocked pretty much all at once. And he's going to be having a lot of roaches able to pop out all at once. Is he just going to go for a big 1-1 roach timing? Oh, that's a kill on the 4th base. No cancel. That's an expensive loss and a nice pickoff on the Overlord there by Spirit. Spirit having a decent little time with these drops. Yeah, Lambo is holding down this roach key. So I think he... Oh, as I say that, he starts up a couple drones. Okay, I thought he was going to commit really hard with the 1-1 roach. And Spirit, to be honest, doesn't look the most prepared. Like, he's got some Marauders, but very few tanks as far as I can tell. And this is a wide open 3rd on Dragon Scales. Siege tanks on the high ground are going to have a very difficult time defending against 1-1 roach. Lambo looks like he just droned up a little bit and will in fact be, and by a little bit I mean like 2 extra drones, and will be committing quite hard to this attack. Spirit, though, is queued up to really throw a wrench in those plans with a triple drop into the main base. Lambo is trying to get some roaches back in here, but this is going to delay his attack so much. Will find significant damage. 9 drones going down. Great stuff so far from Spirit here. Lambo rebuilding the Roach Horn in anticipation of it being sniped, but he's got enough units to drive this back. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do have double bunker at the 3rd base. Lambo corrosive biling down one of them. Not able to kill it, though. Meanwhile, counter drop on the other side of the map is going to get pushed away, but Lambo will get reflected from his first attack. Can he find... Well, I mean, he needs to be able to get everything across the map right now. If he's able to do so, he is up 50 army supply. And Spirit just started up his 2-2, which is really the big shutdown against this. Yeah, Lambo's got a ton of Roach Ravager. This is looking quite scary for Spirit. Even with those bunkers, I mean, when you just have this much Roach Ravager, it is a big hammer with which to smash your opponent. But there are 2 tanks well placed in the back. Oh, Lambo eating his own Corrosive Biles. Not what you want to see at all. Corrosive Biles being dodged by Spirit. But he is getting out of range of his own tanks. He's got to pull back there. First bunker did fall. Second one, he should probably load that up. Looks like actually Corrosive Biles connected on a couple of the medevacs. Didn't kill them yet. Spirit looks like he has weathered the major storm, but Lambo is still committing. And all it would take is a timely unsiege for things to go very pear-shaped for Spirit here. No 2-2 on the way yet for Lambo either. He is spending everything on this attack. Fourth base trying to land. We've got a counter drop on the other side of the map. Triple drop, in fact. And Lambo, he has to go right now. He has no chance if he doesn't break his opponent this moment. And, oh, 1 tank from Spirit not being sieged up here. Very late to siege. And the bio getting obliterated here for Spirit. Lambo is going to break through very quickly. And that is a big problem for Spirit. This 1 tank on the high ground getting so much more damage than it should. Okay, finally does get cleaned up. Lambo needs to kill these engineering base. He needs to deny 2-2. The counter drop on the other side of the map already finding 20 drones. Lambo is super broke. This is looking like this could turn into a very messy base trade. Oh, and the Marines of Spirit still working forward on the other side of the map. Meanwhile, at home, it looks like Lambo is slowly but surely being cleaned up. That was a big set of Corrosive Biles, though. This is such a close game right here. Triple Mule drops at the natural, and the Super Depot burns down. Oh, +2 weapons. Oh, it burns down with 2 seconds left. That is a huge loss for Spirit right there. Big Corrosive Biles, meanwhile, in the SUVs. That is such a brutal loss. The SCV was on its way, drill in hand. He got the work order. He knew what he needed to do, but unfortunately, there was just a little bit too much traffic on his way to work. Lambo, he is not trying to drone out of this. He is trying to kill. And I don't think he can. I don't think he can. We got a planetary fortress being attempted to be built on the third base. The thing is, armor doesn't actually help that much, I feel like, in this situation. You want the weapon attack more so than anything. Obviously, the armor is nice, but the weapon attacks would be much more valuable. Ooh, Spirit will try and jump on these roaches from Lambo. Lambo tries to get out of there, but not able to do so. He's going to bulldog these tanks. This is going to be so expensive, though. I do not think this is going to work out. But he knows he needed to do something, and he knows it won't work. Spirit puts his team on the board in a very exciting fashion. And here we go for game number 4. Spawning down in the bottom left for Starlight Twinkle. It is Spirit. And his opponent spawning up at the top right for the Shopify Rebellion. It's Lambo. Lambo looked like there was a small bit of an opportunity with that roach attack, but Spirit recognized it so quickly, put himself in a position to deal with it very effectively. Just a great play from Spirit. Lambo going to open up pool first again, and Spirit going to... Wait, no. Oh, that's an extractor first. That's gas pool. Okay. It will be CC first once again from Spirit. So he is kind of inviting Lambo to go for like a proxy hatch against him. I actually really like this play from Spirit. Specifically, if I could see him playing this for another future competitive game between him and Lambo, where Lambo finally gets frustrated and goes for the proxy hatch, and Spirit just is like, he's just built a barracks at home. And he just has a very straightforward time defending. That could be what Spirit is thinking here. But of course, he does want to win. He does want to win. And he's anticipating that his opponent is not going to play hyper aggressive. Now, will Lambo do something with the very quick Ling speed here? There is potential. There is a ton of potential. He's not adding on additional gas. That is for sure. That is something we know. There we go. More Lings coming on in. How many is he going to go for here? I hope it's at least like 12 or 14. Even right now it's 8. But even 10 would be at least enough to get something done. 12 or 14 is enough to actually fight the first 2 Hellions potentially. Now, the bad thing for Spirit about going Command Center first in this situation is that his factory is significantly delayed. Scarlett saying that 8 is the Lambo special. And, I mean, in this situation, because the factory is so delayed, there is a very good chance that this could find some rather gnarly damage. Ling speed, unfortunately, not done in time for this Reaper. But because he only saw the 4 Lings, he might not realize Ling speed is on the way. Okay, targeting down the Mule first. That's cute. Will get that as well as a good number of SCVs. This is going to be very successful for Lambo. 5 SCVs and a Mule that had at least 2/3 of its duration left. And he only loses... Oh, Spirit wanted to target down one of those Lings. Yeah, he only loses 3 Lings. That's an excellent start for Lambo. And yeah, I was thinking more in the dark frame of mind where he goes for a lot of early Lings to try and like fight Hellions. This feels like this was actually an attempt to punish Spirit's Command Center first. And it did. It did in resounding fashion. Killing that many SCVs, that's very good. And I will say that Spirit, with a 3rd Command Center, he is not in a terrible economic position, but he certainly lost any edge he might have had. And I think Lambo is even a little bit ahead here. Just marginally. Spirit, once again, going to open up rather greedy. No quick starport. No quick starport, so if it was a big Roach Ravager Ling play out of Lambo off, 35 to even 45 drones, this would be a nightmare to try and hold. But it's not. It's not that at all. So Spirit, once again, is going to get away with a rather greedy play. Although I should say he didn't really get away with the Command Center first because Lambo was ready to punish. Nice Queen positioning, by the way, from Lambo. Pushing these Hellions away. But, yeah, Spirit is going to get away with this greedy play in game number 2. I do think I like Lambo's position just fine, though. Rather quick layer on the way. He's getting a fast Baneling Nest as well for very quick Bane speed. Just going to be covering his bases, making sure everything is safe, fine, and dandy. The cool thing about what Spirit's doing right here, I guess, is that he's going to have Stim and Combat Shields at the same time. Almost like it's a TVP opener off that double Tech Lab. So I wonder if he's going to go heavier into Marauders early, or what the plan is for the double Tech Lab left over, because you don't want like a super significant surplus of Tech Labs in your main base. As it is, there's usually always one extra Tech Lab in TVZ that you don't use until you transition into either, well, 8 barracks usually, and you're adding on Marauders or you're adding on Ghosts. Sometimes both. A lot of times both. Has Spirit started his NG base? Doesn't look like it. He is going to be moving across the map with this Stim and Combat Shields timing. This is a sharp, strong timing. Very fast. Lambo, does he have enough to hold here? It is... looks like he will. Queens are going to need to transfuse on the left side. 1 Queen will fall. Make it 2. And, oh, make it 3, in fact. Lambo trying to desperately buy time for his Banelings. He is going to get... Yeah, he's going to get a lot of losses here on this top left side. Spirit picking off 10 drones and can still just lift up and get out of here. Oh, Baneling target fire trying to come on in, but Lambo does anticipate it. However, Spirit will still be able to target down those Banelings on the re-engage. Very nice micro and counter micro coming on in, but Lambo did target down one of the medevacs, so it ends up being a hold and a bit of a cleanup for Lambo. However, this next attack that I believe is going to have 2 tanks with it is going to be scary, but this is very uncharacteristic for Terran right here. Delaying your upgrades this much to focus this heavily on army units is very uncommon in the current TVZ meta. We are going to see Ling Bane flank coming on in from Lambo, and Spirit actually doesn't have that much here. Lambo, okay, he's going to swing in with those Lings, trying to get in on top of the tanks. Banelings, they're going to be able to mostly avoid the target fire from the tanks. Only a couple Banelings going down. It's a solid cleanup from Lambo. And he sits now on 4 bases with his 5th base on the way. A significant upgrade timing advantage. Oh, Lambo tries to find that one, well, those clusters of Marines. But Spirit quick on the draw. Now, here's a benefit for Spirit. Less, as I say, there is one Spore Crawler in the main base. Ooh, Lambo. Okay, he did move that queen out of the way. Oh, drone's going to get picked off, though, on the top side. Good multitasking here from Spirit. Distracting with the Liberators and jumping on those drones. 10 more drones go down. Lambo 16 more in the production tab. And he's got that +2 carapace on the way, but he needs to start up that +2 melee. Super important to get that on the way. Looks like a lot of the Marines did get cleaned up before they could lift off. Spirit adding on that 2nd factory and should have his 4th command center starting up pretty shortly. Oh, 2 additional factories. Oh, that is different. That is very different from Spirit here. Does he have the 4th command center already? Oh, he does. He does. It's already landing. Okay. Still, this is very uncommon. Is he going to go mass Widow Mines, or is it going to be mass tanks? It could theoretically be tank mine, but this is a very quick 3rd factory. Super interesting. We do see an infestation pit coming on in from Lambo. So he's going to be heading up to the hive very quickly, but a nice double drop in the main base gets in as the Spore Crawler's trying to reposition. Good positioning on these Marines. Will take down the spawning pool. Lambo, because he mined out a good number of those mineral patches, he was still able to get this around and forces the liftoff. Still, that's a nuisance for Lambo. However, he's recognized that this is going to the next stage of the game, adds on a bunch more drones. Going to be going up to nearly 90 workers at this point. And he's got that hive on the way. Honestly, as much as it is annoying to lose a spawning pool, if there isn't a follow attack coming right away, it doesn't matter that much. Unless it's going to delay adrenal glands, either 1, by killing it in production, or 2, killing it just as the hive completes. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, because the hive is going to finish after the spawning pool is already rebuilt. And Lambo, while he'll be floating larva for a little bit, there's no attack coming in that can kill him. And there we go. 38 Lings start up. He's just about maxed out anyway, so he's going to be banking larva behind this regardless. Yeah, this is totally fine for Lambo. I've always felt that targeting the spawning pool was only situationally good in this matchup. Not a bad decision because it's an expensive building. 200 minerals, 50, plus 50 for the drone, and the cost of, replacing the new drone. Well, that's the cost of replacing the new drone. So I guess the mining time lost, which is minimal. Ooh, little counterattack coming on in. Just heavy drop play actually coming in from Spirit. There's like 50, almost 60 supply tied up in drops for Spirit. It is keeping Lambo penned back, which is good. But it is a lot of supply tied up in these drops. Lambo behind this getting into a Hydra Den and an Ultralisk Cavern. This is super interesting from Lambo. This is not usually what we see as the late game transition. Not both, at least. Not to say that it's bad. It's very decent. His +3 melee is on the way as well. Ooh, and it looks like the 5th base of Spirit is going to try and land here. Lambo will find actually several SCVs with this one Zergling. Getting 3 SCVs right there, and he's going to swing in on this base. Spirit does not have enough to hold. This is looking quite good for Lambo. The Planetary Fortress does finish up in time, but Lambo will get in on top of this position, and he is going to be able to find a tank. He's going to find the base. Actually, hang on, Lambo? Okay, there we go. He does go back and peels off the base and gets a pretty good army trade. Yeah, this is great for Lambo. 72 more Lings in production. We do see a counter drop coming across the map from Spirit, but it's just a single Marine drop. He brought everything else back home. And then, unfortunately, wasn't able to defend his base. Altitude, the bases are quite far away from one another, so if you don't see the Zerg attack coming, I mean, you can just lose a base if you're not in position. And he didn't see the attack coming, wasn't in position. And Lambo gets a really nice pick off there. Now, Spirit does start up as 3-3. What does Spirit have going for him at this point? I mean, he's maxed out. He's maxed out. He's still in an okay position, but Lambo is on the gold base, and this is an 8-patch gold base as well, so it gives a ton of economy. Lambo getting the Uwuchalisks here, and he's going to try and probably smash through a base with this at some point. Ultralisks, very situational units. Sometimes they can be good. A lot of times they can not be. Scan comes down in the main base. Ooh, looking for a greater spire, I have to assume. Okay, he sees the Ultra Cavern. Widowmine does get split against by Lambo. Nice job. And he blows up the bunker. Gonna find a couple of tanks here. Oh, and the SCVs, they all stack up in the gas. Not what you want for Spirit. Gonna lose 11 SCVs initially. 15 in total. That's a pretty good find for Lambo here. Ooh, nice target fire from the siege tanks on those Banelings. Getting a lot of Banelings for just one tank, really. A lot of Banelings and Lings. And the Ultralisk just dopely waddling its way out of there like, oh, how did the mission go for you guys? As almost every Zergling and Baneling is dead. The Ultra's like completely unscathed. We do see Anabolic Synthesis finishing on up, so now the Ultralisk can run off creep even faster. Good target fire from Spirit. I don't want to take that away. That was nice. That was nice on the target fire. Widowmine, ooh, does actually friendly fire some SCVs. And once again, Lambo is starting to pull his opponent apart a little bit. We'll find another 2 tanks. Actually, he's going to find a third. Cracklings are so good with their 3-3. And, of course, the tanks don't have any armor on them. Nice Blinding Cloud there on the lead tank, but there's a lot of bio over here. Yeah, Lambo won't be able to break through. He was hoping maybe Spirit was a little bit further over to the left side, I think. That's a hold position set of Lings right there from Lambo. Lambo going to try and blitz this planetary, and actually he will find Spirit once again having moved out of position. Very nice Blinding Cloud right there. Planetary gets blown up, a couple tanks going down as well, and Lambo, he's staying maxed out during all of this. Now Spirit does have a good amount of ghosts already on the field, and there we see a couple of Ultralisks getting sniped down on the way back. Spirit, oh, is he going to try and push right here? He might be thinking Lambo threw away more than he did. Okay, this is nice. The little counter split. Yeah, you do not want to... I don't think you want to commit to a counterattack right now as Spirit. Oh, but this is kind of nice. He will lose one medevac with a fair number of units inside, and Lambo... Oh, he had units in position in the main base, but it looks like they were on hold position. So they didn't kind of jump this drop as it unloaded, but there is enough here for Lambo to get on top of this, and he saves the hive, which is great news for Lambo. Meanwhile, counterattack of Lings coming in on the original third base location, and he gets in on top of this tank between the bases. Surround on the Ghost, but they will cloak up. Still, even with the Ghost surviving, forcing all of the energy to be used on Cloak is good for Lambo. He has got his opponent kind of on the ropes right now, on the verge of knocking him out. Spirit is desperately trying to hold on. And, you know, Ghost losing a lot of energy is going to make his job more difficult. Cracklings getting on top of the planetary. No response from Spirit initially. And that means the Lings basically on their own took that down. Queens on the right side. They're going to do their best to hold against this bio. And they will buy some time for the Lings to get back. And really, that's actually all they needed to do. Spirit really is on the back foot right now. He's super broke. Lambo is on the verge of breaking through, but it is not over yet. Spirit going to try and take this gold base. Actually, he's going to try and retake his 5th base and get a 6th base at the same time. Meanwhile, his 3rd command center is currently on fire. Oh, more and more SCVs going to get found here, as well as a couple of fresh mules. Lambo is really bringing the pain here in game number 4 of this series. And if he can win this one, that will make Scarlett's job so much easier for the follow-up match. And will secure a guaranteed point for the Shopify Rebellion. Ooh, that command center getting very low on HP. Lanes do clean up, or, well, get cleaned up. Lambo is really on top of Spirit. Pounding him from left and right, just absolutely throwing the kitchen sink at a big friendly fire Widow Mine as well. Hitting a fair number of Marines and a couple of Ghosts, I think, even. And Lambo's going to go for it. Nice EMPs to start this off, but I just don't think there's enough for Spirit to hold on. That is so many of the Space Cows. Ultralisks charging on forward. Banelings do get taken out by some good splitting from Spirit and some good micro. And a nice little counter drop does kill the gold base. Hang on, Spirit. Definitely showing some life. Lambo spending all of his bank on Ultras, which is a bold statement to say the very least. 2 bases getting picked off by the counter drop. This is actually fantastic play from Spirit on the ropes. He's still in a lot of trouble, but he is giving himself a more than a puncher's chance. Very entertaining game number 4. Spirit knows how important this match is and that he has to do his best for his team. And honestly, with Lambo going so hard on the Ultras, I mean, that's not going to be the most versatile supply, to say the very least. He is going to need to win the game very, very shortly. Another base getting picked off by Spirit. Excellent job. Spirit really doing his best to keep himself in this game. And look at this, he's going to drop into the main base. Now this was too much. This was too aggressive. And he will get everything cleaned up. Liberator, funnily enough, wins the fight against the Queen. And 10 more drones go down on the other side. Spirit is doing a good job of creating a lot of chaos. Like, really doing a great job. But he lost a lot of stuff right there. Now, he has secured a 5th base during all this. Realistically, that brings him to, like, 1 base mining, though. Maybe 1.5 or 2. How much does Lambo have mining, though? It can't be much either. And for the moment, Spirit... I mean, if he can hold the next big push from Lambo, he is very much in this game, but that is a big push. That is a lot of Ultras, and I have to assume the Ghost count is not very high right now. Meanwhile, a couple of units rallying around the medevac. Yeah, there we go. There's the Ghosts. How many Ghosts is that? I see 5 Ghosts. Don't think there's any more. There's not a lot of siege tanks. It's going to be up to the Liberators to kind of do the heavy lifting here. Lambo has droned up a little bit once again, and he's rebuilt a bunch of his bases. Ooh, nice positioning on that Liberator right there, abusing that gold base very much. But here comes the Ultras and the fungal growth to lock down the army. That is going to put the final nail in the coffin. We're going to see the 5th base going down. Spirit will retreat back to his other planetary, but he could not afford to lose that base. Now, funnily enough, the 2 Liberators survive against the Hydras, the very small number of Hydras, with, like, red HP on both. Oh, another fungal growth comes on in. Double fungal will grab the rest of the bio. There's only a few units left over. Excellent stuff from Lambo. Catching his opponent unawares. Now, the army supplies are still so close. Still so close, and Spirit is still on. Well, I mean, it's not even that he's on a good economy. It's that Lambo's economy is just not good at all. Well, okay. Lambo's is still better than Spirit's, but not by much. Ooh, that's actually a lot of lings going down here. Hang on. The army supplies are like dead even right now. I cannot believe this. Is Spirit actually going to do this here? Big stim coming on in. Oh, Widowmine gets a pretty big connection on those lings. Gold base will be forfeits. Lambo's very smartly not fighting here. But actually, okay, how far along is that base on the right side? If he can instantly transfer that base, he's kind of fine. Nice fungal growth from Lambo once again. He wants to pinch off these units, but there's a few too many tanks behind us. Now, Vipers are going to be king here. There's only 3 Ghosts. And a Parasitic Bomb on the 2 Liberators on the right side would kill them. Blinding Cloud or Ducks would be great against the tanks. Okay, it looks like the base on the right side has gotten up and running for Lambo. But we have another base for Spirit up and running as well. At this point, I'd love to see Lambo... Ooh, fungal growth. Oh, it's a Neural. Very cute right here. Oh, no, but the tank gets out of range. Still, I mean, it turned against his ally for just a moment there. Lambo still very much in. He's got the initiative right now. Oh, he's going to Neural Parasite and will steal the Liberator. Oh, I would have loved to have seen him actually target fire the other Liberator there, air to air. Ooh, Ghost. Ghost getting killed by an unfriendly, friendly Liberator. And now the tank goes down, looking like a campaign scenario. Very cool moves from Lambo, but a great double drop on the other side of the map from Spirit is going to deny mining for the moment on this base. Lambo, though, says, okay, well, I don't think you can hold your base at this point. Fungal Growth's coming on in. Liberators, not going to be able to hold a line at the moment. However, these Ultralisks are kind of getting chewed up here. 3 of them die very quickly. The base did go down. It actually killed the command center. And Spirit falls below 100 supply, but he now has a small army supply lead. Parasitic Bomb or Abducts, what's it going to be? Viper's actually just getting a little bit too far forward. He doesn't want to lose any of them. Drones being pulled into the fight. Lambo is down 15 army supply. I can't believe this. I thought this game was over, but Spirit is still making it happen. This double drop on the natural. Are you kidding me right now? Spirit is actually finding opportunities for himself that I never thought he had. And now we see another base being lifted up here. Oh, Fungal Growth, Parasitic Bomb on the medevacs could be good here. There's the Abduct. Oh, he abducts away so that he's able to pick off the units, and he will be able to kill the medevacs with the Hydras. I didn't even see the Hydras. Those are huge pickoffs for Lambo. That's like 15 supply he just cleared up, and now the army supply is dead even, and I still think the army quality is better for Lambo. That's a big scan. Finds a Burrowed Infestor. Very fortunate there for Spirit. Now, ooh, Widowmine in the middle of the map. Looks like he didn't find too much. Lambo. Ooh, he's going to shark around with this Burrowed Infestor. Does it have energy for a Neural? He might just be looking for a Fungal. There's the big Stim coming on in. Fungal Growth does catch a couple of units. Big repair and another nice Fungal Growth, but all the Ultras have gone down. This game is wild right now. There's only Hydralisks left over, and they're 1-3 versus 3-3. Parasitic Bomb will hit the medevac, but it had already split away from the rest of the army. Oh, man. Spirit is charging across the map, abducting individual Marauders. Are you kidding me right now? We've got a Lurker Den coming in from Lambo. Both players have a gigantic gas bank and no minerals. Nice abduct on the Ghost right there, but a counter snipe will take down that Viper. The medevac energy is non-existent right now, so Spirit cannot afford to stim. Lambo. Oh, is it going to be a Parasitic Bomb? It's going to be another abduct right there. Gets the Ghost immediately. Lambo doesn't want to give up this base, but I think he has to. Oh, I think if he tries to hold it, it's a disaster. However, he might be able to pull the drones into the fight. No, he's fighting here a little bit before the drones get pulled. Not like this. At the same time, though, the drones are actually going to do surprisingly well here. Citizens arrest from Lambo. The game is so close. It's a 15 army supply lead for Spirit once again. And Liberators being added on is going to be so valuable in a situation like this. Lambo needed to pull the drones about 10 seconds earlier, and that would have been such a different fight. Such a drastically different fight with those Hydras and with no medevac energy. Spirit bluffing an empty medevac into that base. Meanwhile, the spawning pool and the Hydra Den both going to get taken out here. Oh no, don't lose the Ghost. Okay, he does save it. Are there any Hydras on the field? Lambo? Oh, no, please. Okay, you see one Marine going down. Individual units actually count now. Spirit, though, is actually ahead by so much supply in terms of army. 18 Ultras, 7 Vipers. Yeah, we know. I want to watch the game. We're here. We're seeing it. Medevac. Oh, one of them does go down. Other one will get very low, and Spirit is going to lose a lot of supply right there. But Lambo is still very far behind in army supply at this moment. He's got a ton of drones, but he can't make use of them really. And meanwhile, there's still a good number of orbital commands, so Spirit is able to throw down a lot of mules on this base. Lambo will be forced to pull these drones away. courtesy of these two Liberators here. Oh, double abduct will unsiege the Liberators. He only gets one of them, though. It is now a 30 army supply lead. 5 Infestors, though, coming on in. That is a great way to spend that gas bank. Much better than the Lurkers, in my opinion, because you need mobility right now. He desperately needs that mobility, and here's the Liberators. Big fungal growth coming on in. Another one to chain it. That is going to be a massive surround on the Marines. They get blown away. But is there still too much? It's a 30 army supply lead. More Lings coming on forward. More Widow Mines. Singular Lurker right now to try and hold this position. Liberators are going to get, well, one of them gets taken down by the fungal growth. Nice abduct from Lambo. Oh, he is even eating a single Liberator shot on his Hydras at this point is bad for Lambo. 3 Liberators. There's 22 Marines on the field. I can't believe how close this game is and how close Lambo has been to dying for the last several minutes, really. And he's barely holding. Those 2 fungals killing that Marine pack saved the game for him again. And now we're going to see the singular Lurker doing its best, and he will actually push his opponent off the low ground. Lambo, at this point, even 2 Zerglings on that base would be valuable. Nice Liberator right here with the Neural Parasite, but just turn it, no, just kill it, just kill it. Don't even bother. It's worth it to Neural just to hold it in place. We've got Spirit taking another base. Spirit actually starting to rebuild SCVs at this point as well, but Lambo has caught up in the army supply. Now, Lambo desperately needs another base. He's got 33 drones mining on 1 base location. Both players have spent, well, Lambo hasn't quite. Ooh, Neural Parasite. I actually don't know about this. I think it, oh, snipe? Oh, he snipes after the EMP. Yo, that was so sick. Snipe or neural or EMP doesn't reveal the infestor. You'd think it would, but it doesn't. Nice fungal growth right there and an abduct combo. Well, it was an abduct and a fungal growth, but the ghost actually gets away. Spirit learned something during this game. Oh, at this point, there's enough Lings that I think you want to send like 10 Lings to the right side or left side base. Oh, Widowmine will unburrow and reburrow, but Lambo on top of it. Able to get the kill. Spirit is back up to 34 SCVs right now. He now realizes he can just sit on his 2 bases, but Lambo needs to deny one of these bases desperately, or he needs to take 2 more bases of his own. He's taking 1 right now on the top left. There we go. Here's the Lings coming on in. Realistically, well, I mean, actually, not even realistically. I mean, this just works. This is fine. They just killed the SCVs so quickly. Ooh, Liberator. Oh, but the Neural Parasite. Yeah, he can just get right on top of this. Does he have... Okay, he does have the Hydras here, so he doesn't need to use extra energy. No abduct needed. Lambo has lost all of his creep spread around the... well, his only mining base, the 9 o'clock base. Spirit taking the gold base, but he knocked down... Okay, yeah, he needs to knock down the tower. Knock down the rocks to kill the tower, the watchtower. Can he actually land here? Oh, wow. I thought there was going to be enough creep there to deny that, but there was not. Lambo will find a little opening on the left side. Is he going to try and commit through? He could force his opponent to attack up. He could force Spirit to attack up his own natural ramp. But at that point, Spirit might just go for the base trade. However, I think Lambo... Oh, this is getting weird. Trying to think of possible solutions to the problem for both players. Spirit lifting his orbital command back into his main base just to keep it safe. That is very funny. Oh, fungal growth, fungal growth, fungal growth. No, move that. Yeah, fungal. Double fungal on the mineral line. Can he chain it? Yes, he can. And the SCVs, 12 of them going down, make it 13 and a ton of mules. Dying with money in hand, I believe. Fungal growth will come in on the ghost. Actually, it does get this around. I thought it was going to slip away. Spirit is still up 25 army supply, though. This has been an absolute bonkers game. Lambo doing so well with this Infestor and Spellcaster play in the later stages. He steals an SCV! No, he's not going to build a command center. There's no way. He's not actually going to build a command center, is he? Lambo completing Hearthstone-esque challenges potentially during the game. Or was he... I've got no words. I've got no words at this point. Very nice. Oh, the Fungal Growth Ling run by combo. Very effective together. He's going to be able to find 10 SCVs, make it probably 12, 13. Spirit will deny this base. Yeah, 12 SCVs going down, and there we go. The Burrow of the Infestor will get picked off. Lambo does actually have a decent-sized bank, and I like that he's getting back into Hydras. The only thing is that they don't have good attack upgrades. Oh, Hydras. Okay, at this point, yeah, we need to see an Abduct. 12 Hydras on the way. That is a big boost in terms of army power and army value. Lambo, at this point, he might be able to take Spirit's original 9 o'clock base, which makes it so impactful that he didn't send Lings over there earlier. Meanwhile, Spirit taking this game, or taking his base on the right side. This game is so entertaining and so scrappy. Once again, this is a super important game for both teams, both players. They know what is on the line, potentially as much as 3 points for their team. Once again, that Burrowed Infestor coming on in here. Ooh, oh, well, okay, quick lift on the depot anyways. Lambo will find this factory. He will kill it. That's a big value play. Oh, Burrowed Banelings on the ramp. That would be pretty sexy. But Spirit ready with the scan anyways. Prevents the... Oh, no, he doesn't prevent the fungal. There wasn't... only one EMP doesn't fully drain an Infestor. It only does 100 energy damage. So you need 2 to fully drain those Infestors. Double Abduct on the... There they are on the Liberators, taking them down. Ooh, does Spirit want to commit up here? Or pardon me, does Lambo want to commit up here to try and force Spirit into him? He's just using a couple of Hydras to break the wall down. I like the way Lambo's doing this. He's trying to force Spirit out. Nice EMPs, but a little bit too late to prevent the first fungal. Lambo is going to kill a lot of production potentially here. Spirit needs to break this position as soon as possible. Nice fungal growth from Lambo. Again, grabs another 2 ghosts. And Lambo is getting some great work done. This is the move I was talking about minutes ago. And finally, Lambo finds the position to do so very well. Ooh, he's going to move forward. Oh, I thought there was a Widowmine there, but apparently it had already fired. Or it somehow got killed afterwards. Big lift up on the production here. Lambo, I'd love to see him target the factory. Lambo getting it on the right side. Will find a couple of SCVs. This is looking like... This is game of the week. It does... Absolutely game of the week for the World Team League right here. We are going to see, quite a few SCVs going down. I think on the newest base of Spirit, he's losing 8 SCVs just went down. Couple of barracks do, well, actually, most of the barracks survive. And the factory. Spirit. Oh, Lambo, I don't know about this. This is a lot of stuff, but he's going to go for it here. Ling, Bane, Hydra does come in from the left side as well. Baneling's trying to connect on top of this. There might be enough for Lambo to just break through. And in fact, yes, there will. Fungal growth not going to come down from that front Infestor, but he doesn't need it just yet. There's the fungal to try and close it out. Does get dodged, but there's just too much here from Lambo, and GG will get called. What a game from the German Zerg to put his team on match point. All right, here we go. Game number 5. Spawning up in the top left. It is a pretty damn good player in the World Team League, Cham, and his opponent spawning down in the bottom right. For the Shopify Rebellion, she is Scarlett. Ooh, okay. She goes for an extractor trick here. This is going to be what Eric did, isn't it? Is this going to be... Okay, this is either going to be the 15, 14, 13 Speedling all in, or... this is going to be a gasless play to try and get ahead on drones. I am very intrigued. Oh, okay. That is... yeah, it's going to be the gasless play, I believe. Quite interesting here. Quite interesting indeed. Yeah, this is something Eric did versus Dark in the ESL Open Cups, during which he was able to combine 4-1 Dark. And the thing about this build is it gets you a really nice start economically. Really nice start economically. But it goes into... well, not just but. In addition, it also looks the exact same as the 15-14-13 Speedling Flood, which is an offshoot variant of the build that Scarlett actually killed Rogue with, the 14-13-12 in GSL. So it's neat to see Scarlett evolving here. However, she is not playing gasless. She's actually playing with a reasonably timed Ling speed. But the big thing about this, you start your pool 10 seconds earlier. So it finishes 10 seconds earlier. So your first 2 injects pop 10 seconds earlier. Very neat concept. Now, of course, there is some history between these two players here. Scarlett did face off against Cham in the IEM Katowice knockout bracket. She was defeated by Cham despite playing an excellent series and looking to be in a really good spot in game number 1. Cham managed to get just enough of a catch on her army such that he was able to snowball to a victory in the counterattack. It was really close game, super down to the wire. But Cham narrowly won that one and then was able to win game 2 as well, kind of snowballing off of, I think, a Muta transition, if I remember correctly. But it ended a really promising looking start at IM Katowice. She was looking great going into the tournament in terms of form. Now, as we have game 3 starting on up, she has elected to go for a very quick layer, +1 missile, and it's going to be a roach speed play. This is kind of funny because this is actually what Cham used to do all the time. He used to do this so often. And Cham actually going for a very quick +1 melee, which, oh, I think he wants to cancel that. I think you want to go Carapace for sure. Unless he thinks Scarlett is doing a mind game. If you go +1 melee against +1 missile roaches, the roaches are going to obliterate you. You need that Carapace to nullify the +1 missile advantage and make those Lings useful again. Now, you can go for counterattacks with this play, with the +1 melee, and try and force your opponent all in. But I don't know. I personally am not the biggest fan of responding to this, especially when Cham scouted this so early. Scarlett, by the way, on just 32 drones. So she is going to be hitting so fast and hard with this. Look at this. The queens are being pulled. She even canceled the second Evo chamber in order to get money back. Cham, he is going to go for a counterattack here. Will he be able to... Oh, he gets this around. Oh, no, doesn't quite get this around, but forces the roaches back home for the moment. Now, oh, Cham doesn't know that Scarlett canceled one of those Evo chambers. So he's actually not committing. He's just looking for the units. Meanwhile, an Overlord does go down. That's actually pretty rough for Cham here. It supply blocked him for a moment. Scarlett does have roach speed. No +1 missile just yet. Here come the Lings from the back. And the lack of +1 missile is going to be a real problem. Also, the lack of creep spread. All the queens going to fall here for Scarlett. Not what she was hoping for at all. +1 missile will complete, but it is a little bit too late. Cham able to get in on top of this army and getting a great surround on those roaches. Now, he's got to be a little bit careful about pushing too far away. He does still have slow roaches. Scarlett still has the chance to break through here potentially, especially with the upgrade lead. Now, +1 melee did finish on the Lings, and that's going to mean for the counterattack, uh-oh, this is going to be scary for Scarlett. Nice job right here on the wall, the kind of impromptu wall. The thing is, if she actually balls up for another big push, there is potential there. Cham, you do not want to take that fight, my dude. That is not the fight you want to take. He gets some good damage on Scarlett's roaches, but still not amazing. Meanwhile, Scarlett adding on +2 missile. This is going to be a super low eco situation for both players. Cham just now droning up a little bit. He has had a little drone lead for a decent period of time, but it's not amazing. Not an amazing drone lead, and he doesn't have the ability to unlock layer tech. Also, the fact that... Okay, there we go. He just now starts up layer, but he doesn't have roach speed on the way. Won't have it for a long time. The big news for Scarlett, the very good news for her... Oh, Corrosive Bile actually missing. Ooh, Ravagers. Nope, she's able to protect them. The big news for Scarlett and a big advantage is that Cham tried to go for... or is going for +1 Carapace in order, I assume, to try and make those Lings relevant in fights again. But +2 Missile nullifies that Carapace equalization once again. So the way that it works is 0-0 Roaches versus 0-0 Lings. It takes 3 shots to kill a Ling with a Roach. Once you add on +1 Missile, it becomes 2 shots. Once you add on +1 Carapace, it becomes 3 shots again. But then the +2 Missile pushes it past the point where I think it doesn't even matter about how much Carapace you have. I think even +3 Carapace is nullified. But the +2 Missile is going to finish up around the same time as the +1 Carapace, within, like, moments. And that means Scarlett will basically invalidate all of the Lings, or not quite invalidate, but they're going to be hard to find value. So the supplies are lying a little bit at this moment. Cham, ooh, he's going to try and get a wraparound, though. If he can get some big Corrosive Biles on the center of this army, that could be very bad for Scarlett. She's going to try and get out of the way. She does manage to do so. Lings are mostly going down, which means now she can micro against these Biles. She's got the speed. The 2 upgrades going to finish at the exact same moment here, and Scarlett will be able to stomp on forward. Does eat a big Corrosive Bile, but she has turned water into wine with this game, and it is looking like she will close this one out for the Shopify Rebellion. Drones all going down at the third base. Scarlett, I did not think she had a chance after she got held, but she manages to recognize the situation, realizes her opponent didn't drone up that much, couldn't have droned up that much, and she kills him with the follow-through. Very well done from Scarlett, and a nice little smile. Good to see. That's got to feel good. That's got to feel amazing, actually. All right, here we go for Game 6. Spawning up in the top right for Starlight Twinkle, it is Cham. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left for the Rebellion. Clutching it out, it's Scarlett, the Queen of Blades. Very well done. Very well done. That looked super hopeless for her after the first attack got defended, but man, she did a great job. Really great job. I wonder if she'll tinker around a little bit more with the hatch first play, the 15 hatch play at all, or if she was just like, that didn't feel good, or if maybe she's gonna try it as a situational play. I'm curious. The fast injects are obviously beneficial, but it does lower your worker count initially a little bit. Now, we do see Scarlett going with a hatch gas pool, but Cham going on the other side with the hatch pool gas, which is something he's kind of always done. He's always preferred to get the pool just a little bit quicker. It's just his approach. And at first I was like, oh man, why are you doing that? Kind of old man yelling at Cloud. But I actually think, well, there's a couple things that Cham does like that, where he does like a 14 Overlord. I actually wasn't paying attention if he did that this game. But I think the 14 Overlord actually works better with the 16 or the faster pool, because you have like just a little bit more mineral income that lets you get the pool out like 1 or 2 seconds faster. I think it's like 1 second faster, but that is actually an impactful second when it comes to building Zerglings against a 12 pool. So Cham, the whole dissertation I'm talking about right here, he's a little bit more 12 pool proof, a little bit more proxy 2 racks proof than your average bear, which is neat. Very neat. Ooh, Scarlett. Oh, she is... Well, she's going for a big Ling Flood here, stopping at 19 drones, taking a little page out of Dark's book recently. And the thing about not getting a fast pool, or not getting a fast gas, is that your Ling speed doesn't get out quite as quickly. So it does make you a little bit more vulnerable to something like this. Scarlett does take the third hatchery, but of course she's on 19 drones at the time, so you have the money to do so. Cham, he is getting a baneling nest, but it's not the fastest, and it is not going to be prepared for this initially. He's going to need to handle this early on and buy time for either enough lings or his bane speed to finish. He is building some zerglings right now. Oh, okay. He's building a lot of zerglings, actually. Actually, before he saw this, ironically. So he's going for his own big aggression play in the mid game, and that is going to serve him very well. Because if he had droned up a bunch and then this attack came in, he'd be dead. As we can see, ling speed does finish up a little bit faster here for Scarlett, but Cham with some nice Bane morphs in terms of positioning here. Scarlett will be able to take down two of the Baneling eggs, but another one will come on in. Good positioning from Cham. Scarlett kind of pushes through, gets on top of this. Cham so far, excellent defense, but the one Baneling does get triggered very quickly, forced to detonate. Scarlett, though, a lot of low HP lings. I think the queens might be enough right here now. And yeah, they will be. Scarlett continuing to try and pile on the aggression, but Cham is held. Oh, that queen going down just barely. Oh, no, Cham attacking the unbuildable plates for a moment there. Fortunately, that was not at a more critical moment. Still, Cham has held. He's got banelings on the way, and now he's up 6 drones. Scarlett just now starting to mine gas again. This is looking very good for Cham. But, of course, we got to mention that the match has already been decided. Oh, that's a huge Baneling detonation right there. Massive connections. Well, that might actually just close it out. That might just be too much. Oh, Scarlett does find a fight where she's fighting with more lings versus less and away from her opponent's Banes. Ooh, Cham. Well, he's sneaking in some Banes. Scarlett going to try and counter-aggress again. Ooh, if Cham can get a big Baneling connection. Actually, he's got a lot of lings here anyways. Yeah, this is looking very deadly right here for Scarlett. Cham does have quite a few Banelings at home. If Cham pushes into the natural, he will win this game. There's no Baneling nest. But okay, he's playing it safe. He's going to go for the third hatch, which is not a bad decision at all, because the Baneling nest could be done for Scarlett, and then you'd be risking throwing away like a decent-sized advantage when you can, for almost guaranteed, gain a pretty massive advantage anyways, being 3 hatched to 2 and already being up in workers. And he knows that Scarlett doesn't have a big worker count right now. He knows that what she did was quite committed. But he might not realize how ahead he actually is. If he did, he probably wouldn't be droning too hard. Still, as long as he keeps Banelings alive in this position, he can kind of make this uncomfortable for Scarlett. Oh, Baneling. Ooh, does get a big connection. Yeah, Scarlett, she needs to win the game with this counterattack. Oh, Baneling. Okay, does get canceled. Good job from Scarlett. Barely able to get that. I mean, she kind of just needed to YOLO that. Cham, he's just going to counterattack. And yeah, that's going to force Scarlett back home. Big kind of exhale there. She knows she's in absolutely dire straits. Oh, there's even a couple Banelings here from Cham. Scarlett going to try and take those out. Does get one of them. Oh, okay. Good splits on the lings. Then she gets the other one. She'll hold her hatch. But this is a counterattack that didn't need to do really anything. And it already bought so much time. Cham setting up for another run by again. Scarlett is just trying to force an all-in. Or like force the fight on her opponent's side of the map. The thing is, Cham, until he gets that Roach Warren done, it is very late. Until that point, his big drone advantage isn't that relevant, but massive Baneling connections at home, and that is going to close it out. Cham will get the victory here, but it's small compensation. Small compensation, and Shopify Rebellion wins the match 4-2. Well done by Scarlett. Well done by Lambo, winning a couple of very gutty games. And then ByuN able to get the 2-0 victory for his part. And that's going to do it for me for this video. Make sure to check out the rest of the World Team League. I'll have the whole season up here. And thank you very much for tuning in. And hit like and subscribe.